YouTube, and welcome into part 7 of Morrighan Initari's adventures through Heavensward, where we will hopefully be finishing up the level 56 and 57 quest line. There's 23 quests, so it might not happen, but we'll see. We'll see how long some of these quests are and all of that. Alright, let's talk to Horsefall. That was rather too close for comfort, but 'twould seem that calm is returning to the streets. My mind, however, yet clamors with 1,000 questions. You return to Ishgard in the oddest of company, my friend. Any of this gear better than what I currently have? It's not even for the classes that I have, so we'll take the silver pieces. That, my friends, was rather too close for comfort. Praise Hallonae that things did not end in bloodshed. I confess, I was more than a little dismayed to see you in the company of Lady Iceheart. Whatever is going on, Morrighan? Beg pardon? You traveled to the Churning Mists together, along with a Stymian? Never was there a more unlikely alliance, nor one so magnificently effective. Nidhogg dead, the heretics pacified. Father and Ser Aymeric must know of this. Let us break the news to them together. I will bring Ser Aymeric to Fortemps Manor. Yes, an excellent suggestion. Very well, Morrighan and I shall await you there. Return to Fortemps Manor. Welcome, Mistress Initari. Shall I show you inside the manor? Yes, please do. Voice acting.
Praise Hallonae, you are safe.
My safety was never in doubt, Father, for I had the Azure Dragoon and the Warrior of Light by my side. We bring the most wonderful tidings.
We killed
The
Nidhogg.
infamous Lady Iceheart, here in Ishgard? This is most unexpected.
I did forget to mention her.
She has done much to quell the violence. The Inquisition may not approve, but we are glad of her presence.
And with the Great Worm's demise, even our nation's more reactionary elements will have scant grounds to press for her immediate impeachment.
My thoughts exactly.
What of the truth revealed to us by Hraesvelga? That the origins of the Dragonsong War, a core tenet of Ishgardian faith, are quite unlike those depicted in the scriptures.
That men and dragons once lived together in harmony, and that it was man's treachery which shattered the peace and plunged our peoples into war.
The same scripture also describes the origins of the High Houses. Were it exposed as false, the legitimacy of our rule would be called into question. If both Highborn and Lowborn can trace their ancestry to Thordan and his Knights 12.
But a single sip of dragon's blood is required to confirm their lineage.
If the Holy See knew of this and chose to remain silent, their crimes are grievous indeed. Regardless, this state of affairs cannot be allowed to continue.
Sir Aymeric, you cannot mean to raise this matter with the Archbishop.
That's exactly what he means to do, though.
Pray consider what you are proposing. If the Holy See chose to conceal the truth for centuries, what reason would they have to reveal it now?
At best, you will be branded a heretic and clapped in irons.
Then at least the Archbishop will have shown his true colors. My friends, this war will never truly be at an end until the truth is made known. You must see what lies on the horizon if it is not. When ruled by fear of a common enemy, we were united. But now we have none. During the war, the Highborn needed men to lead, and the Lowborn men to follow. Not anymore. 'Tis but a matter of time before the old order is called into question. Lady Iceheart will share the truth with her followers, and the Holy See will be powerless to stop its spread. The disenfranchised will rise up united, and blood will flow in the streets once more. A divided Ishgard will not survive.
Tread carefully, Lord Commander.
My lady, is it wise to let him go? I sympathize with the Lord Commander's desire for reform, but to approach the Archbishop in this manner bespeaks an idealism to which I did not think Sir Emeric prone.
Though he comports himself as a realist, he has long dreamt of reform. 'Twas that idealism which first drew me to him. That which made me swear an oath to serve. We must not think of ways to hinder his cause, but rather ways to aid it. Even should the Holy See cry heresy.
You cannot mean...
If the Lord Commander does not return from the vault at the appointed hour, I mean to go and fetch him.
Oh shit.
Have care, my lady. Your words border on treason. Should they reach the wrong ears, you will be declared an enemy of Ishgard.
That is a risk I am willing to take. Lest you forget, my lord, I am not born of this land. My loyalty is to the Lord Commander alone. But I speak only of what may come to pass. If the rumors regarding his heritage are to be believed, we have naught to fear.
Lies and slander.
Forgive me, what rumors are these?
That he is the bastard son of the Archbishop.
That Sir Emeric is the Archbishop's bastard son.
I know this because I've played through the game before. This is my second time.
Senior clergy are not permitted to marry and sire children. But even the holiest among us are not immune to temptation.
I labor to believe it. Sir Emeric is truly the Archbishop's son.
He has never been publicly acknowledged as such. But the rumors have plagued him since childhood. That he rose to his current position, despite being despised as a bastard and accused of profiting from his father's influence, bespeaks the quality of his character. It is my hope that on this occasion, the burden of his birth will work in his favor. Should our worst fears be realized, the Archbishop will not be so quick to execute his own flesh and blood, affording us time to mount a rescue.
Bastard or trueborn, he is our nation's best hope. If the Holy See dares to threaten him, I shall lead the charge against the vault myself.
Hear, hear! The future of Ishgard rests on Sir Emeric's shoulders. I too will do mine utmost to aid his cause.
Orshafon, be reasonable.
A knight lives to serve, Father. To aid those in need. The people need Sir Emeric more than ever, and we may be his only hope. There is no greater calling for a knight than to save the life of his fellow man. I swear to you, on the sigil of our house, that I shall do this and make you proud.
Even you? Romantic,
my
reckless
axe.
fools, the lot of you. So be it. Make your preparations.
I thank you all for your support.
Alright, let's speak with Lucia. Though your assistance is most welcome, I fear it will not be enough. Few as we are, we will struggle to reach the Lord Commander. If we are to succeed, we must needs recruit others to our cause. Alrighty. Let's equip those dragon skin breeches. Honestly, this looks pretty good. But there we go. The Lord Commander. Oh wait, I'm not who you're supposed to talk to. You're not who I'm supposed to talk to. Alfino. But how are we to carry out this bold endeavor? Even with an army of knights at our backs, a direct assault on the vault seems unlikely to succeed. You are correct, Master Alfino. Not even the assembled might of House Fortum and the Temple Knights would be sufficient. With the support of another party, however, we may yet stand a chance. You speak of one of the other high houses. Precisely the opposite. I speak of the revolutionaries rumored to reside in the Brood. 'Twas these disgruntled Ishgardians who opened the gates of our city to the heretics, I believe. But of course, if their hatred of the Holy See drove them to such deeds, they might well be persuaded to assist in Ser Aimric's rescue, knowing the truth he would lay bare. Such is my hope, Master Alfino, and I would have you and Morrighan reach out to them. As a Temple Knight and sworn servant of the Holy See, any overtures I make are doomed to fail. But as outsiders, the two of you may receive a warmer welcome. Very well. We shall seek out the leader of these revolutionaries and make our case. My thanks. Estinian, will your brothers heed your command if you order them to stand aside? The Dragoons have no love for politics, my lady. They will gladly watch and wait while the Highborn fight amongst themselves. How very wise. Morrighan, we should hurry to the Forgotten Knight. Tataru may have knowledge of the revolutionaries. We gotta pick up that. We recently held a ceremony to honor the passing of Schlodebank, third son of House Halionar. But I was surprised to see none of the Rose Knights from Camp Cloudtop in attendance. Not that they should abandon the camp, mind you, but at the very least I expected to see Rontremont or perhaps Lady Laniette in this attendance. I'm sure she has her reasons for not attending, but Rontremont is a dear friend of mine, and I know how he cared for Sir Schlodeban. They worked quite closely together for many years, down to the very end. Which is why I want you to present this to him. The battle standard raised during the ceremony. I am certain he would have attended if he could, and at the very least I should think he would appreciate a memento from the ceremony. To the Forgotten Knight! Morrighan! Alfino! Gods, I've been worried sick! It's so good to see you! And you, Tataru, how did you manage to escape the chaos in the streets? Gibriant and the others barricaded the doors until the heretics left. No one was harmed, thankfully, but what about you two? What came of your journey? You're not serious? What was Ser Aimric thinking? I mean, the way you two talk about him, I wouldn't have believed. Anyway, I've heard rumors of the people you're looking for, but I doubt they'll be of much use. The only thing I can say with any certainty is that they're led by someone called the Mongrel. A queer moniker if I've ever heard one, but mayhap it will make the individual in question easy— well, wait. This is Alfino, not Tataru. A queer moniker if I've ever heard of one, but mayhap it will make the individual in question easier to find. Come, let us all make inquiries below. Jump! Ow. A mongrel? Not sure I catch your meaning. To a blue blood, we're all of us dogs down here. Ew, what's that? Speak up. I can't hear as well as I used to. I don't know a goddamn thing about the mongrel, but if I did, you can be sure I wouldn't tell you. Not a single shred of information, just as I expected. These revolutionaries would not have evaded capture for so long without the masses' complicity. Still, it is good to know that Tataru's ears are as sharp as ever. Take the silver pieces. Heck yeah. Frustrating though it may be, we must press on. While I continue speaking with the people of the Broom, why not go and see if Gibrallant knows aught of value? As the proprietor of the Forgotten Knight, surely he must have heard whispers of the mongrel before. We can only hope that he will be more forthcoming than the others. You know, people long for a sympathetic ear, but they need to know that it comes with tight lips. Discretion, Morrighan. That's what my customers expect. If they don't get it, then I don't get them. That being said, I'm not without my sympathies. I've heard the tales, and I know you've done right by highborn and lowborn alike. Least I can do is point you in the right direction, but to do that, I'll need you to do something for me. So happens there's a hunter up in the Crozier who owes me a fair bit of coin. However, I've agreed to accept payment in fresh herbs. Go and get them for me. Agreed? So you're Gabrielant's errand girl. Good, good. How's he doing? Same as always, right? Right. Any road, I hope he appreciates how much trouble I had to go through on account of his bloody herbs. Tell him to enjoy them while they last, because I doubt I'll be able to find any more next year. I'm so used to being zoomed all the way out, but my wife brought up a good point, like when I'm doing these types of videos, like if I'm not in combat or anything, I should zoom in so that it's easier to see the people talking. Well, you are going to hand them over or not? Aye, this ought to do it. With a few other spices, I can make it just like she used to. There are a few things which stir the heart of men like a sip of mulled wine. Share a glass with the right people, and who knows what stories they'll share. Let's equip the new top of Fendi that we got. Honestly, that does look pretty dope, too. Now that I think on it, there's a woman I know who's rather fond of this blend. Hyretha is her name, and she resides in the Pillars. She's a maidservant to some noble house or another. I forget. Anyway, be a shame if she didn't get to try this wine. Why not give her a bottle? We can't all be perfect. Yes, I am Hyretha. Beg your pardon. But do I know you, miss? I know this smell. This is the wine that girl used to prepare. Her special recipe. It must be decades since I last tasted this. Oh, the poor dear. Such a shame that she was taken in by that baron. He cut a dashing figure, I'll grant you that. Tall, slender, long of ear. But those dazzling ruby eyes of his were always filled with lust. 'Twas not more than infatuation, which she felt, but she convinced herself it was love, and he couldn't help but take advantage. But when her belly started to grow, gods, the scandal! I mean, 'tis not an uncommon occurrence, but that it was with a Hure made it so much... Well, I needn't tell you. She was discharged from his service, cast out into the streets like so much refuse. After she returned to the broom, we drifted apart. I only learned of her death years later by chance. Back to Gibberlant. So the amorous nobleman beds his maidservant, then casts her aside when the seeds take root. Not the most original tale, is it? Cold comfort for the women and children who live it, though. Even the penitent can appreciate wine from time to time. Take Geraldo, for example. Surely you've heard of him, no? He's a monk who offers succor to the poorest of the poor in the broom. A man of many vows, but none which prohibits spirituous beverages. Aye, if ever there was a man who deserved a drink, it'd be him. Helene's blessing be upon you, miss. A gift? For me? This scent. How reminiscent of a wine once made by a dear old friend. May her soul rest in peace. Forsaken by her family, she toiled tirelessly to feed and clothe her child. Yet somehow she found time to help me tend to those in even worse circumstances, so compassionate she was, so full of love for her fellow man. 'Twas that love which gave her child strength to endure the scorn of the other younglings. That little girl, bless her heart, she couldn't help what she was. Eventually she won them over, but those first few years were trying. Even more so when she had to start fending for herself. I remember days she spent standing on the walls, raven black hair flowing in the wind, staring out, as if searching for her mother's face in the mists. Bam, 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 bam. She was a remarkable woman, Morrighan. After everything she was forced to endure, she still remained hopeful for the future, for her daughter's future. Some bonds are thicker than blood, but blood still defines us, and divides us, in the end. It's the legacy of our parents, Morrighan, and we can't escape it no matter how hard we try. So that Mongrel and her pups chose to embrace theirs, to proclaim it to all and sundry. If you can understand that, then maybe you can find her on your own. Still looking for your mongrel? Like I said before, take your pick. Plenty around if you know where to look. Or did you fancy someone specific? I'm looking for a mongrel with ruby red eyes and raven black hair. Oh, someone's got unusual tastes. Afraid I can't help you, though. Won't, rather. It's bloody obvious you aren't of the broom. Did you think I'd just tell you because you asked nicely? Alright. Back to Alfie. It's supposed to be Alphino. I knew that too. I said let's go to Alphino. Have you made any progress, Morrighan? So our mongrel was born of an Elizan nobleman and a Huron maidservant. Granted, it is no location, but it is a far more information than we had before. Yes, now that her striking features are known to us, mayhap we need only remain vigilant. There must be a way we can draw the mongrel out into the open, Mayhap we should discuss this with Tataru. Sorry, I have a hair on my glasses. Speaking of which, where is Tataru? Oh, confound it. She went below to make inquiries on her own, didn't she? We must find her quickly, Morrighan. I have a premonition this is not going to end well. cast your gaze over the streets below, but see no sign of the Taru. Was I not supposed to jump down there like I did? That would be my luck. Ooh. She must be around here somewhere. I take it you've had no luck either. Ah! I'm sorry. Forget I said anything. Wait, down there. Isn't that Tataru? Those men are chasing her. Quickly, Morrighan. After them.
Where do you think you're going, Missy?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend.
What's going on here?
What's it to you, boy? Piss off.
Hold on. I've seen them around. They're in and out of House Four Tom's Manor all the time.
Oh, I see. Skulking about at your highborn master's bidding, eh? Bloodhounds hoping to catch a whiff of heresy, is that it?
You are quite mistaken, I assure you. We came here to help. And if you know what's good for you, you will let us pass.
Oh, shit.
Haha! Listen to the pups yapping. Come here, boy. I'll give you cause to yelp.
Enough! Leave threatening women and children to our betters. We don't have the knack.
Hilda!
Lay a finger on the Blue Blood's pups, and you're like to lose the hand. And often I get called on by glorious heroes like yourself. So tell me, what have I done to deserve you?
One of my favorite characters of Heavensward. Before you start, let's go somewhere a bit more private, eh? The Forgotten Knights, eh? Nope. Where's she at? There she is. Oh, we're getting the place to ourselves. Okay. Okay. Buy yourself some alone time.
So, while you're on your way to kill Nidhogg, you stumbled on some dirty secrets that the Holy See has been hiding for centuries.
We stumbled upon the dirty secret.
Eh? What are they on about?
The High Houses. And what makes a nobleman so bleeding noble? They trace their blood back to King Thordan and his Knights 12, the founders of Ishgard. But our friends here reckon we're all descended from the heroes of Eld. Highborn and lowborn alike. And so Sir Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, has gone to ask the Archbishop if he wouldn't mind letting everyone know.
Indeed.
Is he simple? The old bastard will have him executed for heresy.
Well, seems to me that's what the good sir wants. Seems he thinks a noble sacrifice will serve to prove his claims.
We cannot stand idly by and allow Sir Emmerich to do this. Ishgard has need of him.
Look, you've a good heart, I can see that. Willing to risk your neck for someone else even when his troubles ain't yours. But what's this got to do with me?
If Sir Emmerich is imprisoned in the vault, we will need all the help we can muster to breach their defenses and rescue him.
What in the hells?
Ah, the unmistakable scent of heresy.
Interesting.
And what do we have here? The honored guests of House Fortom consorting with the Queen of Rats. Ooh, plotting insurrection, I shouldn't wonder. That won't do. Sickness is wont to fester and spread. It must be burnt out ere the infection takes hold.
I reckon Sir'd be happy to wield the irons himself. Well, so happens, I've got irons of my own.
Such simple creatures, rats. Certain to attack when cornered.
I hate the Knights 12.
Let us step outside, milady. In here, your toys could hurt someone.
Follow her, Morrighan. Zoom out some, so I have a little bit of vision while I'm doing this.
Right there!
Defense for Sheriff! Kill the rebels!
You disgust me!
I should also probably stop standing in the furnace, like... Stop this, all of you! It is madness! Why are you fighting? Lord Hoshaphat, over here! How fitting, noble bastard of this mongrel. This mongrel bitch is going to put a bullet between your eyes.
Bear witness! Barone, guide my sword!
Filthy rats!
Hell yeah.
There's no denying your gifts. A well-deserved reputation indeed.
Enough!
That seems unlikely.
Ah, lucky bastard.
Nay, 'tis we who are lucky. Had we fought on, 'twas but a matter of time before our conflict claimed the life of an innocent bystander.
I thought the Heavensward might come here as well.
They came to the Temple Knights' headquarters.
Aye. Sir Grinno announced that the Lord Commander had been imprisoned under suspicion of heresy, and that the Heavensward had been granted full authority in his stead.
Oh no.
Then the Heavensward now commands the Temple Knights.
Those still loyal to Sir Emmerich answer to me. Alas, that amounts to but half our number. The other half, who opposed his promotion to Lord Commander, have gathered at the vault as ordered.
Bolstering the guard already, eh? If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were expected.
Indeed.
I take it you're in charge around here?
Hilda. And yes, the young master was just persuading me to join his lost cause. Convincing little beggar, isn't he?
The shrug.
Your passion moved me. A bit. That, and the fact that we're sick of living off the leavings of our betters. If you've a mind to change things around here, then we've a mind to join you.
Let me guess. You're wondering why I chose the mongrel, right? Because it's what I am, and I'm not ashamed of it. Not anymore. Besides, even my pure-blood pups have more in common with me than the lords and ladies up on high. They, none of them, are well-breds. Hell, some of their mothers were cast out after a spot of fun, same as mine. Story old as time, and one we're sick of hearing, which is why we took up arms. Not that we mean to hold all the blue-bloods to account. Some have done right by us. I'll allow them. I'll allow, like them in House Hallionart. But enough talk. Your friend's still rotting in a cell. Let's not keep him waiting. We've been working in secret to undermine the Holy See and the High Houses. That much I'll acknowledge. But this nonsense about us throwing wide the gates for the heretics is just that. Nonsense. If not you, then who? You Temple Knights, of course. Reckoned it was your beloved Sir Amix doing it first, but then I heard how he lost his head. My next best guess would be the Heavensward. That way, they'd have the perfect excuse to go door to door through the brew. Slaughter the heretics and their sympathizers in one fell swoop. But the Heavensward's schemes did not account for Lady Iceheart's intervention, and so they had been forced to improvise. A fine bloody mess, ain't it? But the die is cast, so what's the plan? We must divert the attention of the High Houses away from the city, and to do that we need the cooperation of your allies in their service. And what makes you think I have friends in high places? You would be fools not to, given your goals. Low-born knights are ideal recruits. Most swore fealty only out of desire for a better life. If offered an opportunity to shed the yoke and live for themselves, who among them would not at least be tempted to take it? Rare is the man eager to die for a cause he does not hold dear. But it need not come to that this day. If they and their fellow knights are deployed afield to deal with a new threat, a massing of heretics for example, then they will be unable to join in the defense of the vault. Huh. Spread false reports of an attack to get them out of harm's way, you mean? The city will not soon forget the heretics' last assault. If the high houses believe another attack is imminent, they will have no choice but to act. Can it be done? Can we trick them into leaving Ishgard? Aye. Can we keep them out for long? Not bloody likely. Make sure you're ready before I send word, because you won't get a second chance at this. Then it is decided. To the vault! The Archbishop must be held to account. And the Lord Commander granted his liberty. Hearken to me, everyone. We have two objectives. Rescue Ser Aymeric and apprehend the Archbishop. We will therefore divide our forces into two parties. Estinian and I will make ready to breach the underground jail and search for the Lord Commander. We will not move, however, until the second party has entered the vault. I speak of your party, Warrior of Light, together with Lord Horsefant and Master Alfino. For this plan to succeed, you will need to fight your way into the highest levels of the vault, even unto the Archbishop's private chambers. When the Heavensward realize what you intend, they will fly to their master's side, leaving only a token force to guard the jail. Temple Knights loyal to our cause have already secured the entrance to the vault. Once you are within, they will signal to us. Hold on, sorry. If all goes to plan, we will rejoin you with Sir Aymeric and confront the Archbishop together. Is everyone clear as to their duties? And let us do what must needs be done. The others are in position, Mistress Morrighan. I will send word once you and your party have entered. The vault now accessible. With a party of players. Less than 5-minute wait time. Okay. What kind of healer do I have? Astro. Alright. I couldn't remember if this was a double pull or a single pull. Turns out, just single pull. I believe that's the same with this one too. Alright, I'm not certain that the recording broke or not, so we're picking up here. Hopefully it's not mid-cutscene, but it might be. We finished the vault if it is mid-cutscene.
For a mercy, we were not too late.
Why must you do this, Father? Nidhogg is fallen. There is no need for further deception. Now is the time to renounce the lies which led us down this path. To start anew!
And tear down the very pillars of our society? Our history, our values, everything we have built over 1,000 years?
Oh no.
Look out!
Oh. Not Horsefant.
Go. Azizla awaits.
Lord Orchefant!
Are we not able to heal him? Okay, wait, so they do actually show Alfino trying.
It's no good. The wound is too deep. It refuses to mend.
I forgot about that.
You are unharmed? Forgive me. I could not bear the thought of... Oh, do not look at me so. A smile better suits a hero.
It'll get you though. It'll get you every time. I forgot that they like actually gave an in-universe explanation for why it didn't work. So I'm glad that they did. I know not what to say. The others, they are gathered at Four Tops Manor. Alright. The others are... Please, enter, Mistress Initari.
Don't. Please. A knight lives to serve, to protect, to sacrifice. There is no greater calling. Leave me to mourn and give chase. For my son, and for the nation he loved. Go!
His sacrifice shall not be forgotten.
My son.
I could not stand there in silence, but when all others had forsaken us, Lord Horsefront took us in, our beacon of hope in a world of darkness. He did his utmost to raise our spirits, so that we might face our troubles with courage, with conviction, so that we might face them as knights. We must press on with our mission. Tataru, pray return to your duties at the Forgotten Knight. Let us go and speak with Sir Aymeric Morrighan. I worry for his well-being.
My friends, I am in your debt.
Think nothing of it. Your wounds are healing well, I trust.
Some wounds do not heal.
That's true. Not the echo, not now.
The founding. The scriptures, 1,000 years of lies, all to deceive the common man. Nay, our own brothers and sisters. For the blood of the Knights 12 flows within all our veins. You knew this to be true. You knew, and you concealed it.
He angry.
I should be interested to hear how you came by this knowledge. But yes, you have the right of it. The architects of Ishgard, King Thordan and his knights 12, entrapped and butchered the great worm, Ratatosker, that they might partake of her eyes and thereby transcend their mortal limits. Upon learning of their treachery, Nidhogg was consumed with a murderous and justified rage. I dare say you know what followed.
The great worm slew the king and half of his knights.
Aye, but Nidhogg was subdued, and his eyes plucked from their sockets by the knights that remained. Their one mistake was to show mercy, for from his brother Hreisvelger did Nidhogg receive a new eye, thus rejuvenating his form and empowering him to embark upon an eternal quest for vengeance.
Whilst Thordan's son Haldreth took one of Nidhogg's eyes and learned to wield its power in defense of his people.
Thus was the first Azure Dragoon born, and ever since that time, his honored successors have risen to drive Nidhogg from our lands whenever the worm has returned to plague us. I ask you, my son, will you answer for my sins? Will your son and his son answer for me as well?
What do you mean?
If a man cannot atone for his sins in the course of his all too fleeting life, must his progeny then be held to account? Must every subsequent generation be judged as well? Thorin's betrayal of Ratatoskr was an unconscionable, unforgivable sin. Should we then, as his descendants, meekly surrender ourselves to an eternity of punishment? Nay, say I. I would not see our children sacrificed in a vain attempt to appease an implacable foe. Dragons are not like us, my son. To they who live forever, the wrongs of antiquity are as those of yesterday. No reparations shall ever suffice. This fact alone should serve as ample justification for our actions. Yet some refuse to see it as such. For men like you, who yearn to commit themselves to a nobler cause, a more compelling narrative is required.
This is your solution. This is how you protect our people. You have given us a lost cause, a death sentence. With your compelling narrative, you but doom our countrymen to give their lives for a lie.
And they do so gladly. Highborn and lowborn alike are proud to serve, to fight and die for their country. And what would you say to them? What would you tell the wives who have lost their husbands? The mothers who have lost their sons? That their loved ones died for naught? Over the course of 1,000 years, countless men have donned these robes, and every one of them came to accept the necessity of this solution. Once, I hoped you might come to accept it as well. Do not despair, my son. Soon I shall free us from the sins of antiquity, and bring about the change you so fervently desire. If he has spoken with others, I would have their names. Escort him to a cell and question him thoroughly.
Your Eminence.
Was quite the reveal, Morrighan.
You saw something, did you not? A vision of the past?
Specifically, your past, Aymeric.
So this is the power of the Echo. Would that it had shown you a finer moment. 'Twas an exercise in futility, as you saw. Faced with the firmity of his conviction and his many ready rejoinders, my words deserted me. To be frank, I am embarrassed to recall it.
Well, I mean, you did good, bud.
A friend once impressed upon me the importance of differentiating between words, deeds, and beliefs. Were he here, I suspect he would judge your father's conviction to be no more than rank self-serving delusion. Even so, I cannot help but wonder what manner of change he intends to bring about.
I have given some thought to that as well. During the battle within the vault, the Heavensward demonstrated strange and unnatural abilities.
Aye, the manner in which Sir Zephyrin struck down Lord Horschiffon was unlike anything I've ever seen before.
Primal?
The spectacle
perhaps?
called to mind King Thordan and his Knights 12 as they are depicted in scripture, holy powers and all.
Mere fabrications, which have become objects of faith, instilled with the belief of countless devoted souls.
A primal.
7 hells!
If Lady Iceheart can use her own body as a vessel for summoning, I see no reason why others could not.
Are the Heavensward truly so reckless?
Clearly.
Unbelievable.
As they fled, my father spoke of Aziz La. Though I know not what he intends, I fear no good shall come of it. His ambitions are too great, and his minions too powerful. We must find the Heavensward and stop my father before it is too late.
Mistress Initari, Master Alfino, I, Aymeric, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights of Ishgard, do hereby entreat the aid of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Our aid in preventing whatever it is that the Archbishop intends? Your aid in bringing him to justice. Too much blood has been spilled for the lies he perpetuated. No more. Life for death. I will have Sir Zephyr's heart for what he did to Horschiffon. Yes, of course. You two were close, I know. Much has changed since our Order's founding, but our duty to combat the primal threat has not. If the Archbishop and the Heavenswards are guilty of the crime of summoning, then Morrighan and I will stop them. Would that I could join you in the pursuit. But alas, my father's absence has thrown our government into chaos. Ever since the founding of the nation, there has been an archbishop to serve as a guiding light for the masses, a force for stability to counterbalance the High House's ceaseless maneuvering. Convincing the people to recognize the truth of our origins would have been difficult even with my father's support. The road ahead is that much more fraught with peril without it. Yet walk it we must, for unity is more vital to our survival than ever. After all, Nidhogg's death did not mark the cessation of Javanian hostilities. Far from it, we will have great need of each other in the days to come. You may ever count on my lance, Sir Aymeric. To my dying breath, I shall defend Ishgard from the Horde. If I may, Lord Commander, I would like to assist the Scions in their search for the Archbishop. Morrighan, Master Alfino, pray attend me outside. Very well. With me, Morrighan, I believe we have much to discuss. The Soleil was eastward bound, so I sent word to Camp Cloudtop on the off chance the airship passed nearby. Sure enough, Lady Laniette informed me that it had been sighted by her scouts. Then the Archbishop is somewhere in the Sea of Clouds. Or was. Not long ago, the Archbishop has not been seen since it disappeared into the northern reaches near the Blue Window. Alas, because the region is firmly held by the Vanu Vanu and not easily accessible from Camp Cloudtop, House Hyalinart has yet to establish a foothold. We need not only an airship, but a captain bold enough to risk the Beastman's wrath. I think we both know the perfect candidate, Morrighan. Let us pay a visit to Master Garland at the Sky Steel Manufactory. I see. Then I will take my leave for now. There are other matters which require my attention. Bum, 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 bum. Ah, the dastardly duo! What mischief have you two been getting up to lately? You haven't heard, have you? I hardly know where to start. He was a good man. Sid, have you heard of Az's Law? The Archbishop spoke of it before he fled. No, but it's probably some source of phenomenal cosmic power that's key to his plans. From what he told Morrighan, the Ascians tried to tempt him as they tempted Gaius with the Ultima weapon. Even if he spoke true about playing along, I could see him attempting to seize it. As if we needed another reason to pursue him. Well, I'm convinced. The Enterprise is at your disposal. Come to the airship landing when you're ready to depart. It's just as well. After pulling you out of the fire these last few times, I reckoned I was due to deliver you into it. The fire, is it? In that case, I should inform Kitaru of our plans. Pray go on ahead to the airship landing. I shall join you anon. The boys have been hard at work preparing for our flight, and I'm pleased to say we are ready to depart. That is, as soon as a certain... Ah! Pray forgive me my lateness. Kitaru and I had much to discuss. We still have no news of the missing scions, but she assures me that Urianger and Raul are pursuing promising leads. Come, come. We can continue this discussion aboard the Enterprise. What's up, Wedge? What do you got for me? The others are waiting for you aboard the Enterprise, Morrighan. Shall we get going? Yes.
To the northern reaches of the Sea of Clouds, where countless isles yet remained uncharted. In search of a mysterious land known as Azizlar, and the unmasked villain who sought to claim its secrets. Oblivious to the new threat which followed in their wake, they came.
From here, Camp Cloudtop looks rather far. Be on your guard, Morrighan. The Vanu could be anywhere, even watching us as we speak. Assuming the Soleil is here, I doubt she will come to us. We should begin searching the Isles in earnest. Of course, we must remain vigilant for Vanu scouts as well. I would rather avoid needless bloodshed. I mean, that's fair. You search the skies for the Soleil, but see nothing resembling the missing airship. Ooh. We have a duty. Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do this. Mayhap this effort was doomed to failure. Begs mercy of Netherlings, does not fight, does not wish to die. Was that a Vanu being attacked? But by whom? Over there. Imperial troops? Ishgardians! Seize them! They'll know where the Archbishop is. An enemy of my enemy. We've no choice. With me, Morrighan. Protect the Vanu. The little squeak of the Kupo gets me every time. Alright, we got the healer down.
Thaliak, protect me!
What are you doing? You're a disgrace to the Sixth. Subdue these savages. Oh, let's get this medic disposal. Lost for a second. Oh no, he's coming in. There, now he's on. Goodness, how many of you are there? Can you target the enemy, please, Morrighan? That's gotta be it, right? Yeah. Netherlings, save Lonu Vanu from certain death. Showers Netherlings with things like summer squall. Thinks like summer squall. Lonu Vanu knows not what wind bears Netherlings to Cloud Sea, but warmly welcomes them, shows gratitude where gratitude is due. Lonu Vanu owes much and more to Netherlings. As saviors, as heroes, Zundu welcome you. To village we go, to north, come. So the Garleans were searching for the Archbishop, and believed that the Vanu knew something of his whereabouts. Methods notwithstanding, they may have had the right of it. I conclude that we should accept Lonu Vanu's offer of hospitality, and visit his village. I concur. Sir Alpha. Like breeze guides leaves to rest, come and lay down your burdens. Netherlings, Lonu Vanu throws wide arms in greeting. Behold, Ak Zundu. A far warmer welcome than the one you received from the Vundu, I think. Ha! Vundu bluster and blow hither and yon, sound and fury like aimless gale. Eh? What unseen lightning begets such thunderous report? There you are. Did you see it? It's that damned flying whale again. The Imperials are after it. Where? The White? He's wounded. By the 12, did the beast just eat that island? Oh, insatiable White, oh, devourer of worlds, why must you torment us? Bah! Lonu Vanu wastes no more words on his unfathomable deeds. Come, Netherlings, come and break words with Chief of Zundu. With wisdom deep as nethers and eyes clear as cloudless blue, Sonu Vanu speaks for Zundu. Hearken to his words. Netherlings, deliver Lonu Vanu from the claws of steel-shod fiends and prove nobility. He knows not to ignore Zephyr winds, and brings before you with all haste. Soft rains to soothe the heart and sunshine to warm. Gratitude of Sonu, Chief of Zundu, is boundless. We are honored to meet you, Chief Sonu. I am Alphino Levieux, and these are my companions Morrighan, Initari, and Sid Garland. We are come in search of an airship, a flying vessel of the Nethers, which we believe is somewhere in the Cloud Sea. Ah, like the black steel-shod contraption from which you saved Lonu Vanu. Alas, no. That ship belongs to the Garlean Empire. An old enemy of ours, though not the enemy we are looking for at present. The men we seek wear armor of purest white, and are led by an older man in white robes. Wait! Lonu Vanu hear tale of these Netherlings. You do? Are you certain? As sun rises and falls and returns, we are. Zundu scouts can testify to words of Lonu Vanu. Aye, aye. Winds carry purpose of Netherlings to our ears as well. Netherlings seek key to Azys law. Now we're getting somewhere. Tell us, Chief Sonu, what exactly is this Azys law? Beware, Netherlings, for blackest clouds portends greatest danger. Look not into the heart of tempest. There lies ancient birthplace of sin, home of forbidden secrets. To speak more is to call the wind. But the White devours isle where key is kept. Deep within bowels of mighty Bismarck it lies, beyond reach of the foolhardy. And beyond ours. Rejoice not in his gluttony. Lonu Vanu, for a stone gives way to water and wind, all yields to the White. This he knows, Chief Sonu. Madness of Vundu bodies ill for all Vanu. So Azys Law is home to the forbidden secrets, accessible only to the bearer of the key, which the Archbishop covets. Much as I would like to believe it's safe within the belly of Bismarck, the Knights of the Heavensward wield primal powers. If we do not slay the whale and claim the key first, they surely will. Quite how we will go about it is another matter. As was the case in our battle with Leviathan, we are out of our element, and this time we have far fewer allies to call upon. Be that as it may, our customary approach still holds true. We must begin by learning more about the White. Let us each question the residents of the village, then regroup and share our findings anon. Let's go get this ether current, which is exactly where I remember it being. Bum, ba, ba, ba. 406 yalms to the northeast. If Netherlings seek knowledge of the White, then speak with Kunu Valley, foremost keeper of tales. But neglect not to present self with humility and respect. As sun yields to moon and moon to sun, Netherlings must greet Kunu Valley with a bow. Ba, 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 ba. Slash bow. Zephyr winds at your back and sunshine to warm your brow. Traveler from below, Kunu Valley, keeper of tales, hears your words, and she remembers. In times long ago, in lands elsewhere, before even the clouds see, the White is one among many. Newborn, he swims beside his many brothers and sees of endless water. But hated the White is, for his brothers are purest black. So great is their contempt, their loathing, that they turn upon him and rend his flesh asunder. And so he falls, only to rise again, for merciful gods raise him to the heavens, and there he is reborn. The White still longs for the sea to which he cannot return, but in rebirth, a splinter of the divine is shared, and so he opens his maw, from whence came the clouds, and a new sea is born, home to him alone. Content, he gazes below, and sees others who are as he, hated and hunted. He weeps, and in his benevolence he raises up isles of earth, and guides these people to the cloud sea. Such is the tale of his rebirth, and the salvation of the Vanu. May it never be forgot. But this demon which menaces the cloud sea, his rage is that of the Vandu, his hunger that of a wild beast. The isles are his gift to us, yet now he must consume them. Kunu Valley knows no tale like this. So according to the Vanu Vanu, the Sea of Clouds and the floating isles were gifts from Bismarck to his people. Gifts which he has taken to eating, yes. Technically within his rights, I suppose, if perhaps a little ungenerous. Gods, eh? But what of you, Alphino? Did you learn aught of value? Alas, no. That is unless you have an interest in the intricacies of Vanu sky fishing. Sky fishing? My gods, that's it! Alphino, my boy, I could kiss you. From what we have observed, Bismarck is a creature of pure instinct, driven primarily by hunger. When wounded by the Imperials, it fled, but not before devouring another island to restore its strength. What I propose is this. We tow a suitably appetizing island through the Sea of Clouds, in essence, fishing for a flying whale. Once we draw Bismarck out of hiding, we shall use dragon killers to fire grapnels into the beast's side and then reel it in close, enabling our resident Icon Slayer to engage it directly. A bold plan, Master Garland, but an exceedingly dangerous one. Should Morrighan fail to subdue the creature, she would almost certainly be eaten, along with the rest of your appetizing island. Oh, she won't fail. And if anything does go wrong, I'll be at the helm of the Enterprise, ready to tow her out of trouble. I wouldn't entrust a task like this to anyone else. Nor I. I trust you have no objections to my joining you as well. Not at all. The more the merrier. Right then. It seems the boys and I have a lot of work to do if the Enterprise is to be ready for our fishing trip. While you two need to find me some bait, and not just any island mine. I want a mouthful at most. Well, you heard, Sid. We need an island to bait the hook. By way of a first step, I propose we speak with Chief Sonu. If the Zendu are as concerned by Bismarck's behavior as they have given us to believe, they may well be supportive of our efforts to slay him. The Tramontane is upon us. The White feast and the Vandu rejoice in his carnage. Hear me, Chief Sonu. The creature which torments you now is not the deity who raised up the floating islands and made a gift of them to you. He is a perversion of your beliefs given form by the Vandu, a false savior who consumes that which he should rightly safeguard. Yet it need not be this way, Chief Sonu. We have the power to strike down this impostor, but we must beg of you an island to see it done. Moats against the tempest, in vain do they struggle. Yet who is Sonu to speak of what may be? Perhaps even the Tramontane can turn to the opponent. Very well, Netherlings. When you are ready, tell Zundu scouts which manner of island you require, and they guide you to it. We shall not fail, Chief Sonu. On that you have my word. Come, Morrighan. Let us see how Sid's preparations are progressing. Our Ishgardian friends have furnished us with dragon killers and ammunition, and I've taken the liberty of procuring a Magitech field generator as well. Rest assured, we've chains to spare, every link forged by the manufactory's master craftsmen. If you've any lingering doubts as to their strength, know that they were originally intended to bind dragons, and were not found wanting. It pleases me to inform you that the Vanu Vanu have agreed to furnish us with an island of our choosing. Then all that remains is to confirm the readiness of the poor buggers who will actually be doing the fighting. Morrighan, let Wedge know when your party is assembled. I probably shouldn't be the one telling you this, but I don't like this plan. I don't like it one little bit, but I can't help but being excited all the same. So tell me, Morrighan, are you ready to hunt the white whale? After you then, Morrighan. All aboard. Ah, Morrighan, I can see the power in your stride and feel the inner beast raging within you. You will need such strength, for your next trial is at hand. Wastecat and my brother are here looking for more fighters to supplement the undermanned Maelstrom troops in a new operation, and they've asked for you by name. Seek them out if you wish to raise your axe once more against the beast tribes. There's Curious George. Morrighan, brother! The Maelstrom is once again in need of support, is it not? Pray tell us what it is they require. Very well, now that everyone is here, scouts have reported increased activity among the kobolds. The 179th Order seems to be producing explosives day and night in preparation for an all-out assault. From all indications, they aim to attack this very camp. The Maelstrom's strategy is to intercept the bombs near Zelma's Run. Camp Bronze Lake is a haven for wounded soldiers, and its defense is one of our top priorities. If we had 2 legendary warriors by our side, our success would be all but assured. Zelma's Run is barely wide enough for one cart to ride abreast. If I were to lose control, none would be able to escape the beast's wrath. On the contrary, brother, this battle will give you the chance to once again assert your dominance over the beast within. This is what you spoke of earlier, is it not? To tame the inner beast by devoting yourself to the defense of your allies. Brother, if my theory turns out to be true, then control is well within your grasp. As long as Morrighan is at your back, there is naught to fear. Will you run away again? You know that the path you wish to walk, the path of the warrior, does not lie down that road. Say no more. Please, leave me to my thoughts. Well, we've not much time for hesitation. The storm captain awaits near Zelma's Run and will be departing shortly. Morrighan, if you decide to join the fight, pray tell Curious George. If anyone can rouse him from his slump, it's you. My apologies for causing worry, Morrighan. My brother is right. It's up to me to walk the path of might. I know that, but still I cower before the beast within. But a true warrior faces his fear axe in hand, right? Come on, Morrighan. Remind me what it's like to scoff at my enemy's feeble blows. Awaken your inner beast and slap the fear right out of me. God's damn, what a blow. That's the stuff warriors are made of, Morrighan. Thank you. I'll dominate the beast within, and our axes will stand indomitable against those bloody kobolds. Our enemies will feel the full force of my fury, and will not step one elm into this camp. Come, Morrighan. We mustn't keep the storm captain waiting. Morrighan, that both you and Curious George will be aiding us brings me comfort. Camp Bronzelink could not ask for a more stalwart defense. Our strategy is to intercept the kobolds at 2 separate locations in Zelma's Run. We'll split into 2 groups, with 1 warrior protecting each one. Morrighan, we'll be dispatched to the eastern side. Nary a single kobold will make it through with your fury alongside us. Curious George, we'll be in charge of the western side's defense. I've seen you crush kobolds under your axe before. Today shall be no different. Once the 179th Order have run home with their tails between their legs, we will rendezvous to the north. May your axes strike true. Dismissed. Oh, those are dead kobolds. Gods damn it, I walked right into their ambush. That was too bloody close. Good thing the kobolds didn't count on you showing up. It looks like the eastern side is clear. Curious George and the others may need our help. Hurry, Morrighan. Don't talk to the private. Morrighan, my apologies, but it seems the kobolds couldn't wait for you. Camp Bronzelink has not to fear from the 179th Order anymore. Curious George's axe was like a whirlwind, stewing the kobolds in every direction. His courage carried us all through battle unharmed. Without these 2 warriors on our side, I have no doubt the kobolds would have overwhelmed us. I will be submitting a detailed report of your heroism to Westgate and Maelstrom Command. You have all fought bravely today. Let us return home for well-deserved rest. Morrighan, I can scarce remember the last time I fought as I did today. I swung my axe with abandon, but I was free from the inner beast's grasp. It was just as my brother said. By pouring my strength into the defense of my allies, the beast within was tamed. However, kobolds are hardly a true test of one's prowess, if the fight had been against a more worthy foe, or if the circumstances had been more dire. Although today's battle was heartening, it's too early to say I've subdued the beast. I'll return to Camp Bronzelink to rest, Morrighan. Let my brother know of our victory here. It seems your victory was well earned. What of my brother? Was he able to fight without succumbing to his inner fury? Ah, so even with today's victory, he yet dreads the consequences were he to lose control. Still, it is only through the strength of his own will that he may dispel the fog of self-doubt. Unfortunately, the beast tribes won't wait for Curious George's epiphany. Storm Marshal Slafsfern has sent word that he requires a warrior's strength to aid in another Maelstrom defensive. As you already know, kobolds aren't the only nuisances we have to contend with. The Sahagin have taken advantage of the distraction caused by our focus on the kobolds to launch an offensive against the tide gates. With the bulk of Maelstrom forces tied up with the kobold threat, we can ill afford to send any men to defend the gate near Camp Skull Valley, leaving us wide open to the Sahagin threat. Morrighan, if the strength of a warrior were to see the people of Lemza lament us safely through this storm, then mayhap the glory of our ancestors would be restored, and all across the Eorzea we would be known as guardians instead of brutes. However, it saddens me to say that we cannot depend on my brother to be ready to shoulder such a weight. Morrighan, when the time comes, you must needs be ready to take on the task alone. In the meantime, pray tell me of your battle at Zelma's Run. Recall the ferocity with which you fought, and lose yourself into the memories of your fight. As before, your inner beast is roused, and another technique of Eld is at your disposal. Your progress is encouraging. Continue on this path, continue to challenge the limits of your mind and body, and victory in the battles to come is assured. Alright. I like our little island. We almost didn't get that up in time. Now we have to make sure we're physically standing on his back to deal damage. Which everyone is. Good, good. Come on, come on. We got it. You gotta spread them apart, bud. I cannot split it. I will say that one was not my fault. We did end up swapping their side. Oh my god. What happened there? I got a player commendation, I'll take it. Ooh, I think this cutscene has voice acting. There it is, the key to Azys Law. Not now, Midgard Zormer.
Warrior light, beloved Eidolon, all made one. Darkness, like to none known. Hark the receiver blessing small.
So falls the Lord of Mists, as did all others before him. How many times does this make, warrior of light? Ah, how much you have grown, far beyond the limits of mere mortals.
She has what we seek?
That she does. The key to Azizla and the secrets of Alag. I see you have regained the blessing of light, albeit at a fraction of its former strength.
My thanks to you, Asian. And to you as well, Warrior of Light, for saving us the effort of slaying Bismarck. Now that the key is within our grasp, the path to the heavens shall at last be laid bare. By our deeds shall the wrongs of antiquity be righted, and man reclaim the reins of history.
Floating city. That's the wrong mouse that I was using. Forgive me, Morrighan. Had I known what was happening, mayhap I could have done something to stop them. Alas, Wedge and I were still sealed within the engine room and heard naught of the struggle until it was over. And now, for all our efforts, the Archbishop holds the very thing we sought to keep from him. But all is not lost, and for we yet live, and we know their destination. Let us give chase and bring an end to their machinations. Though we failed to secure the key, we must not forget that we succeeded in ridding the realm of another primal and prevented the Vanu's land from being consumed in so doing. The Zundu at least shall be glad of our deeds this day. Let us go and inform Chief Sanu of our victory. Sid and the others will need a moment to tend to the Enterprise besides. It's just going to take me back to Oxundu. Please take me just back. Yes. No teleport, no driving.
Wait, something is amiss.
Garleans?
Imperial troops. And they have already secured the area.
Reveal yourselves at once! And there I was, expecting more beastmen. Who are you?
I thought Ishgardians responsible for the disappearance of our scouts, but I see now that I was mistaken.
Varys?
Just as Wire observed, the Warrior of Light is wont to appear at the most inopportune times.
The Warrior of Light? She who bested Van Baelsar?
It would seem that the famous hero of Eorzea seeks Azizlar as well. Hardly unexpected. The secrets of the Allagan's power to bind icons to their will could scarcely fail to interest the scions of the Seventh Dawn. You know as well as we what will ensue should these insatiable creatures be allowed to roam free. That their very existence threatens the life of this star. We but disagree on the solution to the problem.
That's true.
Genocide has ever been the Empire's favored recourse. And that is why we will continue to oppose your every attempt to claim Eorzea.
You do not hesitate to speak your mind, even when your every word could be your last. Alas, your sentiments betray the narrowness of your view. The fate of Eorzea and its inhabitants is of little concern next to the fate of the world. Tis my solemn charge as Emperor to bring the icons to heel. If this requires the extermination of certain elements, then so be it.
No.
No, don't! They are not his thralls!
Yes!
Where did that come from?
The Enterprise.
Take cover!
No, Lucia.
Your Radiance, we must withdraw.
Damn. Damn. A Garlean warship. I had forgot about this, honestly. I had 100% forgot about this whole scene.
We shall meet again, Warrior of Light.
On that you have my word, because I accidentally pressed the button. It's a big
So
old ship.
Garlemald too has designs on Azizlar. But why would the Emperor himself elect to lead the expedition?
Excellent question, my boy. pressing question. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I would stand less than 20 paces from the Emperor of Garlemald, Varys Zos Galvus in the flesh. I assume the commander that accompanied him must be the legatus of whom the centurion spoke. Ah, forgive me. This is neither the time nor place for such idle speculation. Pray return to the Enterprise at once. It occurs to me that our friends may have run afoul of Imperial forces as well. I gotta run all the way back there. Thank the 12 you're alive, Morrighan. When the battleship appeared and fired on the village, we feared that game was up for you in Alphaville. What in the seven hells happened out there? First the Archbishop turns up with Inastian in tow, and now the God's damned Emperor pays us a visit. What is this, a procession of notable bastards? Who's next? The Keeper of the Seventh Bloody Gate? No one so notable, Master Garland. I am happy to report that the Zundu were overjoyed to learn of Bismarck's demise. Chief Sonu sends his warmest regards, Morrighan. There was much talk of westerly winds. Miraculously, none suffered lasting harm during the raid. It would seem the Zundu were taken entirely unawares and wisely chose to offer no resistance. I sense they have no more to fear from the Empire, for the present at least. Had the Emperor truly been intent on their extermination, Ark Zundu would already have been leveled. Plainly, Varys is only interested in reaching Azys Law. Speaking of which, if you're all ready to continue the chase, the Enterprise is as well, shall we? Lest you wonder, Wedge was able to calculate the heading indicated by the beam of light emitted by the key. If Azys Law lies in that direction, we'll find it. The Soleil may have a lead on us, but she's no Enterprise. We'll catch this. It's Soleil. I'm dumb. I've been saying it wrong the whole... God. We'll catch them. You'll see. Pretty sure this one has cut talking.
I did not think that I would ever have occasion to pilot a suit of Magitech armor again, least of all under these circumstances. My full name is Lucia Go Junius, and I was born a citizen of Garlemald.
Ah, that explains it. When we first met in Ishgard, I very nearly called you Livia.
Livia? Livia Sas Junius? The tribunus who served under Gaius van Baelsar?
Aye, she was my sister, though we spent little time together. After our parents were killed in an uprising, we were sent to live in different households, setting us on separate paths. Livia felt at home on the battlefield and chose to become a soldier, while I underwent training to become a spy.
Then, Ishgard was...
my mission. 'Twas believed that Allagan relics of great worth were stored in the vault, and I was sent to investigate. Though I was given little information at the time, I now suspect I was searching for the key we but recently lost. And then I met Sir Emmerich. 'Twas his usefulness to my mission which prompted me to approach him, but I soon found myself drawn to him for other reasons. He too was a prisoner of his past, judged for his heritage as a bastard son of the Archbishop. Yet unlike my sister and I, he did not curse his fate. He simply rose above it. In time, I came to realize that I had found a man worth following, and a new home besides. And when I subsequently confessed all to Sir Emmerich, he was good enough to accept me into his service.
I do not question your loyalty to Sir Emmerich. 'Tis your loyalty to your sister which concerns me.
Not right now, buddy.
I have long been of the opinion that those who dwell in the past risk losing sight of their future. My sister fought for her convictions and for those she held dear. So do I. So must we all.
Well, I, for one, am happy to welcome a fellow Garlean to our merry band. Especially one who can make Magitech armor sing.
Chief, we should be getting close.
Once we break through those clouds, we'll be right where the light was pointing. Right where Azizlar should be.
Hold on, everyone! Look! I think that's it! Chief, is that... Allagan. Aye. There's no mistaking their handiwork.
What was that?
Shield that we cannot get through.
Some sort of barrier.
She won't hold, Chief! She's breaking up!
I've lost the auxiliary propeller!
Sid, it's no use! We must return to Ishgard and find another way!
God damn it all! Why do the Allagans always have to make everything so bloody complicated?
And we barely finished repairing the damage incurred during our sky fishing trip. On the other hand, any landing you can walk away from, as they say. I can only presume the Soleil passed through the barrier unscathed. That would certainly explain why the Vanu called it a key. Alright. And now before we continue, I think that is a good place to end video today. So let me go here. And let me go here. And thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I was gonna say I hope you appreciated it, but I say it every sign off. I need to make a freaking script to follow for it, so I don't struggle as much as I am right now and just kinda, you know, verbal vomit. But thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, leave a comment, follow my Twitch, subscribe to my Twitch. It's all at Caleb Games here down there at the bottom. You can find me on practically anything. If you look up Caleb Games here, you're going to find me if I have one. But thank you all. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all next time. Have a good one.